everyone, my name is Aaron Harris. I am a psychic medium, healer, and practicing psychopomp. So today we're going to do psychic reads with Oliver Tree. I just want to remind everyone before we begin that this is a psychic reading and spiritual interpretation based on my own personal connection with spirit and how I experience spirit communication as a medium. This is not presented as fact, so please use your own discernment and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So I do want to first acknowledge, I know that some people may feel that it is way too soon to connect with spirit after a passing, and perhaps some souls it is, but when I sat with Oliver's energy, and what immediately really stood out to me is that he did not feel like someone who was just beginning to understand life, death, grief, or even spirit. The feeling I received from Oliver was someone who really spent time with their life exploring those questions, exploring different cultures and learning and understanding afterlife, spirit world, and passing away. He is someone who lived boldly and someone who understood what it meant to be different. He embraced being misunderstood, and who really chose to live authentically over comfort in today's society. What really surprised me the most about his connection was that it wasn't focused on his death, and it really wasn't focused on tragedy. It was really profound to sit with him and to connect with someone who is so almost comfortable with passing away and has like that deeper understanding of passing away. There wasn't a focus of fear. Oliver really focused on life and living in the present moment. He expressed freedom, art, family, love, creativity, travel, adventure. But above all else, he wasn't afraid of being unapologetically himself. And his energy really came through incredibly aware, incredibly direct, and really surprisingly at peace with the whole tragedy and situation that occurred. Throughout this entire connection, one message just really kept repeating itself to me when I was listening to him. He just kept bringing up live. And not survive and not exist, but really just fucking live. And then what follows with that message of living during this connection is what really resonates with me. Just how he chooses to remember that the love that he had for his life and the grief that people are feeling, he really wants those two to coincide. So as I channeled his message, he requested I play Today by Smashing Pumpkins, I Miss You by Blink-182, Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers, on repeat, which I thought was really interesting that he had and wanted his own little playlist as I channeled. So this channel is pretty long, so I'm just going to read it. I might do minimal edits for this video. With that being said, here is the message that came through for Oliver. I woke up long before I died, man. They had no idea what was in store for my life and my death. I came into the world and took my shot and won the best life I knew I deserved because I never gave up, and it's not all bad. It was something I couldn't prevent. I knew it was going to be the end one way or another, even after everything and all I stood for, and who I am as an artist and as a man. I just lived life the best I knew how, and really understand and saw my purpose. That this all was my purpose. I know you all want to know why, but come on bro, why does everything have to be a conspiracy? They seemed like they were supportive of me branching out and off on my own. It was hard to face this, walk away and not finish my album, but the price of it was that I would get to just make what I wanted. I did it all for the fans and for the love and effort I gave. I gave it my all to get on my own. Every album was my last album, and that is what I still stand by. That my art and music is what will keep me going forever and ever here. It's why I put 1,000,000% and then some into the wild world of Oliver Tree and my life. I lived life bigger than I ever thought I would be able to. To be independent and free, who knew it was this type of free you get? You get what I mean? But you know, little do they know, I was always open with my family about my life, and I was comfortable with dying. This part didn't scare me. The moment maybe a little, but I wanted it every single day. I welcomed it every single day because it's just how I lived my life. That I couldn't let dying hold me back from doing anything and everything I set my mind to. Parts of those moments are held with my parents and family and close friends, knowing that everything is all right. I got to enjoy the life I lived and made it my bitch and bend to my will. I thought that was kind of funny when he said that. Who else can I say that about living life? Man, people work day in and day out to not even experience a fraction of what I did and meet people I got to in this life. All by being myself and by myself. But you know, there's the lover side of me with the people I met, my friends, the celebs, the women I loved, and the men I loved, the level of connection I got to meet with people, and then the fans, the haters, and the rage baiters. All of them who, brokenhearted, you know, don't be sad. Don't be fucking sad. Live to see the next day. I was lucky to live to see the next day. It's all you can do because we're all gonna die one day. Be the best you can right now and just live. I got to see on Earth plane and in my life I never thought I would. I missed and took care of my mom and pa and family and friends a lot, but I really fucking lived. As Oliver the artist and Oliver the man, I allowed those two worlds to collide and I lost myself at times. But it was also the most free and authentic I ever was beyond death, and learned to love myself. Like really love myself and see myself all over the world and just take it in on my own. I did what I could with the love I created and that I lived a comfortable life. I still have had so many adventures, so much fucking art projects I needed to get done. I wanted to keep creating for the people. So many people I wanted to meet and ideas I needed to get done. I can't even say like I wish I got to because I literally got everything and anything I ever fucking wanted. I didn't have to listen to anyone and got to be so fucking free. This part of my story fucked up and people want all the gnarly details. To them, I say a big fuck you. You guys are now the weirdos and the ones being weird. Everyone had something to say about me and talk shit, but all of a sudden I'm not here on Earth plane, or am I, in parentheses, or now loving me and wanting the gruesome videos of me, but dude, you guys are sick. And then he laughs. All I gotta say is I'm free. I may be ugly, but I am free to be me, and my art, my voice is me. I am me. This is me. I just gotta say the advice to you all. Stop staying in. Stop chasing the followers. Stop chasing the clout high. Stop overthinking. Stop scrolling. Just be you and live your fucking life. Take the trips you never thought you could or even made time for. Take the risks and go on adventures. Who knows where it will go or end up. That's the gift that this fucked up wild world can offer. I can't be more happy, you know. I felt no pain. It all just went black and then I woke up in an iridescent world. Felt like water washed over of warmth and love. And I knew that this life, my life, fully ran its course. To all my friends and wild connections, they hold a special piece of tree in their hearts. Each and every one, I tried to make unique connections and show them who I really am and loved wherever I went. Whoever wants to talk to me can. I am still here to help them through physical life. I did as much and loved as much as I could. You know, it's funny. You expect me to talk about the fucked up shit, the pain, the darkness, what it is like to die, what it's like to really fucking die, the all-knowing mysticism that I somehow magically got now that I'm dead and not here physically. But guys, wake up, this is it. This is what life is about, and this is the freest and truest self I am. I don't know how to explain it, but I can't describe this feeling. It was brutal and some fucked up shit that happened to my physical, and people don't need to know that part. But like I said, you guys are sick. But I really do not want you all to pity me, deep dive, or look into rabbit holes that aren't even shit to begin with. I know that some shit will get spun or missaid, or people will read between the lines, and of course ATL there may be, but there is not much to be found there. But some upset people and their cash cow is long and gone, flipping them off from the heavens, and of course death. What it is to die. I know that death is hard as fuck for the normal mind and for everyone to really sit with, but I understand that I lived my life and have already made peace with death long before I even had any ideas that this would be my reality. In the back of my mind, death was always there, and it had to do with the gnarly shit I saw in my life and what I experienced. I get to create what I always envisioned. The last one I did was for me. I laugh now that I can't believe I played my album for the spiritual people. The real ones know who I am, what I am, and how I live. This is really me and how I view what is now my afterlife. I now get to see where my ideas come from. I get to sit with God, my music guides, my family, my own loved ones, and really get to pick their fucking brains about this shit that I questioned on my travels in my life and what I learned about what it's like to really live. And then I did ask him, anything you want to share or part with? I was the change and love and wild kid I needed when I was young, and my biggest want and hope is that that sticks to them, that this is what changes their hearts, that people can finally realize they don't have to be stuck in some tiny fucking box that society wants them to believe we all need to be at. They can be young, wild, free, and live life just like me. That the next Oliver is more wild and crazier than me. The next kid to look like an idiot can fully embrace who they are, no questions asked, and just create art. That they can look at me and my music and be like, wow, here's a guy who didn't give a single crap about what people say or did, and just did his own thing and got to live his dream and love what he did, which was create art for everyone and anyone. I think that's really what my parents wanted for me, was that they allowed me to be me and just left to my own creation. I love them. They know that, and I love them so fucking much and miss them like crazy on my adventures. They know life was a wild ride for me and what I was signing myself up for. They hated that shit I created, but saw how happy it made me. Hell, they thought love you madly, hate you badly was trash. I even think it was trash. It was a bitch to get out, and I wish things went different. But you know it is what it is, and that's what my legacy, that I wrote shit music for shit people, then so be it. And then he laughs again. In the end, I always did this for the fans, the haters, but especially the kids. The next ones, the little musical geniuses who take life and the world by the balls to just be themselves. You know, like everything is leading up to this point, and what I have created and in place to take those next steps to create the next Oliver or anybody else with a mind like mine, who can grab from the spirit world these musical thoughts, ideas, and put that energy into art and something worthy of creation. That is what I want these kids and people to take from me, and what I now can leave behind. My parents are taken care of, my friends are taken care of, the lovers and everyone involved are taken care of. My music will keep me alive and around for God knows how long, and I guess in that I won at the shitty fucking game of life. That I didn't just die for nothing, and that people can look at the past days and weeks to come of my death, and whatever shit gets leaked or let out, that I did what I could with my life, and I loved life for what it was and is. Other mediums will try to talk like this, but this is the real deal. I knew that some people were legit, and I've seen and heard some shit, even spoken to a few mystics and folks, but this man, thank you. From the bottom of my soul and being, thank you. This is something I cherish and hold strongly in my spirit, that people really sit and listen to what I spoke today and take this from me. That I am not gone, I am not far away. I am not in some dimension I'm an unobtainable from earth, and that I am always around my family and friends, fans and people who hate me. I still have words to share when the time is right, and they need that comfort. I'm not gone. I accepted my death and that it would happen at any moment, any day, at any time. It was something since 2020 I really learned to accept more of, and I had my family, friends, and just living my life. We didn't know this would happen, but I know what it is like to understand what happened to me. Jumped away from this world. I lived my life review every day and transitioned into spirit immediately. I did more than accept it, I welcomed it. Spending time with my parents and Jess and traveling the last couple years really, I think, healed us and showed us that we can go miles apart and their love still reaches me here. My mom and dad did everything right. They loved me, supported me, and raised the craziest, wildest, outlandish, funny kid that grew up to be such a strong artist and not afraid to be himself. I am incredibly and immensely grateful to them. I am who I am because of them and their care and love they put into me and my brother. My brother and Zoe, the pupper, or puppers, I couldn't really understand what he was saying. Or peppers? I don't know. I just want them to know how much they mean to me. Fiona knows me, loves me, and sees me to infinity and beyond, my lover. I love you, and I wish I talked to you and called you back sooner. I am still here everywhere and every day. It's peaceful here, and my downright awful anxiety is gone. I am still concerned about all of this and how this will affect them. It scares me that they had to find out everything in a fucked up way, but I promise them I am here and at peace. I made it to nowhere land. I love you so much. Ma and Pa, I love you. I just get to really rest and finally visit the places I didn't get to on Earth, and I really don't got much else to say or share yet, but know that I'm okay and got to create more and be a part of here and there down the street from the heavens and in the abyss of the cracks on the cement under your feet. I am the mountains, I am the birds and the bees, with like his tone, it's kind of cute. I am the rain clouds, I am the sunshine. I can't describe this feeling. Thanks for listening when no one understood this. I always want to be what they remember for my life, and that I was and am the world's best and biggest idiot, wild cornball, with a shitty haircut, horrible music, fucked up smile, and lover of all. And knew how to live life and be there for the underdogs. Peace out for now. And that is Oliver Tree's very long channel. It was over the course of 6 hours off and on Sunday and Monday. It was a very, very long channel. That morning, I always check my phone, and I saw Baby No Money posted about him, and I was like, oh, that can't be legit, because, you know, Oliver Tree's a very big jokester, prankster. And I'm not too familiar with Oliver. I remember Cowboys Don't Cry. I really liked that one. And then, of course, Life Goes On. But I was kind of debating on connecting with his spirit as I started to see more and more come up on my FWP and his or FYP and his music. Music is really the sole channel for me. So when I listen to music from an artist who's passed away, or I watch a movie or anything that has to do with like somebody prominent who passed, usually their spirit will come through with me because it kind of opens up that like mutual connection. Music is a way to the soul. So of course, listening to Oliver's music, it invited his soul energy and his spirit into my space, which is just absolutely beautiful. And I'm grateful that he allowed me to connect in this way. His words are very profound, and he's one of the longer channels I've done in a while. So I'm very, very grateful. If this reaches his mom, dad, brother, or anyone else who connected with him, you know, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to channel for you and connect in this way. He is a very big fiery ball of energy. He has more, he could go on for hours, I feel. He does take a lot of energy in terms of my life energy, and just it makes me kind of sleepy when I do open that channel because he's just going a million miles per minute. And so how I channel is by typing. Yeah, very profound. So as I come out of his connection, one thing that really stayed with me above everything else was the message was never really about death or dying, but really just about life. That his theme of just living life and being in the present, about taking risks and loving deeply and really just creating fiercely, and about refusing to let opinions of others stop you from becoming who you are meant to be and living your authentic and best life that you can for right now. And whether this reading resonates with you or not, I hope it encourages you to call the people that you love, and to create things that you've been putting off, and take the trip, chase your dreams, embrace the world, embrace what makes you different and unique, and remember that your life is happening right now, not tomorrow, not next year, and not when you finally feel ready, but right now. And I really want to really, end on that note, that the life that you're living, and yes, we may have struggle and heartache and pain and grief and bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, especially in the world right now. But to see someone who lived so authentically and beautifully, even through some struggle, he was still just living his life. Just it definitely is a big impact for the creative world to lose someone like Oliver. I think you think of someone who's invincible, who just lives life on the wild side, and to pass so tragically, I think is, brings us all back a jolt to reality of how precious our life is, and how it can be gone in an instant. And then again, Oliver does want to touch base real quick here. Be careful where you tread. Be careful where you go. Conspiracies are going to pop up like crazy. He says, keep up with your discernment. Don't feed into the bullshit. He says, I'm dead, but I'm alive in the most beautiful way. He says, like, his soul and his heart is alive, just not his physical body. Everyone wants to turn my passing into a true crime special, but please remember that my family, my girlfriend, and everyone is hurting. That this loss is very real. That Lucas, Gatsby, Lucas, Alexandre, and Charles, that we all have family hurting. This story isn't just about me, but they need their recognition as well. He says, you guys are all fucked up. He says, you guys are all fucked up that you're not acknowledging the other ones as much. He's like, my life is precious, but so are theirs. It's interesting to hear Spirit and hear Oliver talk about, like, not just his life, but he still puts others before himself. He says, it's just how I am, man. My parents, they raised me to care for everybody, regardless of who you are. And he says, and that's some fucked up shit that people are doing right now. He's like, they're not gonna listen. Thank you. But, thank you for allowing me to have this conversation about life and death and grief and healing spirit. Take care of yourself, and grieve, cry, scream, release, listen to his music. Listen to the music that I mentioned here. I'll put it in the caption below so you guys can go listen to some of the stuff that he wanted me to listen to while I channeled him when I type this all out. So thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, I hope you all have a blessed weekend. Today's Friday, so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you are connected with Oliver or family or friends or anyone, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to connect you with the messages and any words or more words that he has for you guys. You can feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to share. So thank you everybody, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Love and light to you all, and yeah, thank you. In the wise words of Oliver, peace out. Thank you.